Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna be starting like in about 5 minutes with a chapter. Hey, what's up, guys? Just sharing the stream real quick. I'm gonna be starting like in 5 minutes. There we go. Hopefully, this chapter is a lot better than the last chapter. What was it? Chapter 6 was pretty good. We got to meet Nero, and then chapter, but then chapter 7 was like nothing happened. We got some dude, so one of Shiki's friend, he called his sister and was telling him that Shiki didn't come to school today. Then we got Shiki waking up. We got some like a nightmare flashback from Shiki, which, truth be told, like those nightmares that he has are probably gonna lead to a big event that happened in his childhood once like all the pieces are together. But like right now, those nightmares that he has just like they don't make much sense. But besides that, like chapter 7 really didn't have that much going on. Hopefully these two chapters are a lot more eventful. Also, one thing we learned last chapter is that one of Shiki's friends from school is actually involved in the bigger picture of everything. Like, I think she's a part of the church, which was pretty interesting too. Also, I don't know if the girl from the church knows Arc in any way, shape, or form, but she was when Shiki's friend was calling his sister. She was a little bit, like a little bit. I don't know if you could call it concerned about. I don't know if you could call it concerned about where Shiki was, or I don't know if she was concerned about Shiki, or she was just trying to see like if they were in the house so she can go kill Ark or something like that, because I'm pretty sure the church doesn't really like vampires all that much. Alrighty. Alright, so let's start with the chapter. Nice color spread. I mean, I guess that's as good as it got back in the day. You got, hopefully, well, we see Shika's sister, like she's right in the forefront. So hopefully this chapter tells us more about Shiki's sister, because we haven't been getting much if anything, from her in like the past 8 chapters. And I'm pretty sure she's more involved than she's letting on. So hopefully we get more from her. All right, so what happened to the new guy? He's downstairs picking his brains out. At first, he ran into the bathroom we passed earlier, but it was as bad in there as it is in here. So I'm guessing these guys are like, they don't seem all that shocked. I'm assuming like they're cops, but apparently like stuff like that happens all the time in that city, which is horrible. But they seem to be pretty freaking used to it. Damn, he's contaminating my crime scene. Oh, sir, what in the hell do you think this is? Sakata, I've told you before, our job here is to, yeah, yeah, the the whole our job as evidence examiner spiel. I know, though it is under it is understandable. I mean, yo, I'm guessing, bro. Like this building, I get it. Like stuff like this has to happen a lot in this freaking city for these people to be like, because this hotel right now, this hotel, it has to be like freaking like a horror like story. Like I don't even see how it's possible that they're so calm about this. I've never encountered a crime scene like this before either. If it weren't for my job, I wouldn't even want to investigate what happened here. Okay, so the detective doesn't seem to be that calm about it. But one thing I can say for sure is that until a few hours ago, this place was hell. For real, bro. Like everybody was eating. Like it's ridiculous. Like Nero, bro, like Nero has no mercy for humans. Like Nero, look at this. This is one hallway. Like imagine the whole hotel looks like this. That's crazy. Here we go. Hey, looks like you're finally awake, Shiki. How are you feeling? Where am I? My place. Oh, this is her place. Okay. That's pretty cool. You collapsed while we were escaping. It was a lot of trouble bringing you all the way over here. Escaping? Well, he doesn't even remember. That man. You'll open your wounds if you make any sudden movements. Here, a new shirt. Are you one of the are you the one who bandaged me? And I didn't use duct tape this time. Yo, the fact that she used duct tape I mean she was really cut up, but like she wrapped herself up in duct tape. That was funny. That was really funny. Or would you have preferred that instead? Are you okay? Yes, for now. Here, please eat. I wonder, do vampires here only drink human blood or do they eat food as well? You made this? It's good. Is it good? Yeah. She's surprisingly a good cook. Where's yours? Mine. I don't really eat normal food. Okay, so that's my answer right there. They don't. Normal? Yeah. Oh yeah. She's a vampire. What? Nothing. That was awkward. Tell me what it is. Tell me what. Tell me what is it? I mean, she must know like what he's thinking. Do you think I'm gonna suck your blood? I'm a vampire after all. Here, let me ask you a question. Up to this point, how much blood do you think I've consumed? How much? She must mean the number of victims she's preyed upon. She's a vampire. She needs to consume blood in order to live. Well, what do you think? 100? No. Maybe about 1,000? Wrong. So that's how you see me, huh? You make me sound as if I have no self control. Hmm? For the past 800 years, I've never tasted anyone's blood. Wow. That's pretty freaking surprising. She's never tasted blood. That's crazy. I was not expecting that. Why? You're a vampire. Because I'm afraid of drinking blood? Huh? But then how's she alive? I mean, she could probably drink animal blood. I'm not sure, but but she says she's never tasted blood before or anyone's blood. Let's see, let's see. What is it? So, is a vampire that doesn't consume blood even consider a vampire? It's because I'm a true ancestor. Oh yeah, I've been wondering what the hell that is because they did mention that before, but they never said exactly what it was. A true ancestor? Generally speaking. Well, wait. Something I missed. I think how long she said she's been alive? 800 years. Okay. Generally speaking, there are two types of vampires: true ancestors and dead apostles. Oh, we're getting some good info this chapter. This is good. True ancestors are part of the original vampire species. Dead apostles are humans who were turned into vampires when their blood was consumed by a true ancestor. Okay. Oh, that's pretty interesting, actually. So wait. So does that mean that the true ancestor they don't have to consume blood if they don't want to, but then true the what was the other one? Uh, that apostles they have to consume blood in order to stay alive. Okay. I guess the general image is that people have of vampire is the latter kind. They hate sunlight, consume human blood, and use servants. Wait. I guess the general image that people have of vampires is the latter kind, which means that they're apostles. They hate sunlight. They hate does not mean they can't go on the sunlight. That's weird phrasing right there because she's not saying they can't go on the sunlight. They just say they hate it. If one of you guys can tell me like what she means by that, is it that they can't go out in the day at all, or is it that they can, they just don't like it? Because the phrasing here just sounds like they don't like it. They hate the sunlight, consume human blood, and use servants. What kind? Like, does she mean like servants, or like servants as in like people to do tell what they tell them to? That's interesting because we did see I mean, maybe she just means like people that they tell what to do, but like we curiously in the other manga, Fate Strange Fake, we did last chapter see a vampire summon a servant, which is pretty interesting. But I think she just means like a person that they command type of thing, not an actual servant. But you're a true ancestor, and you said you're afraid of drinking blood. By nature, true ancestors don't need blood in order to survive. But there are some who do consume blood just for their own enjoyment. And that's how the dead apostles were first created. But then, how were the true ancestors created? Were they created by a spell, maybe? So it was the true ancestors' fault to begin with, I suppose. Which is why I've come to get rid of them. It will also be serious trouble for humans if the dead apostles were to multiply, right? Wait, so, huh? I don't know how many true ancestors there are, but well, another question that I have is, can a dead apostle turn a human into a vampire? That's the question, because she said dead apostles were created by a true ancestor drinking the blood of a human, but can a dead apostle create more vampires? That's the question. Because if they can't, then that means that I don't know how many they are, but that means that at some point, if they manage to kill every single true ancestor, it would mean that they no longer have to worry about vampires turning anymore. That would be pretty interesting. Yes, I guess. So that man from yesterday, you mean Nero? Nero. Nero is also a vampire. He's a dead apostle. Eat it. So I guess you could say, huh? What's wrong? We are now interrupting the regularly scheduled program with a special report on the incident that occurred at the Century Hotel yesterday. At the hotel, hundred a hundred a hundred some people, including the hotel employees and guests, disappeared mysteriously. Mysteriously disappeared, bro. Like they like you can literally tell that they're all dead. Like the hotel is covered in blood. But which begs the question though, where did the bodies go? Who cleaned the bodies up? I'm pretty sure it wasn't Nero because Nero fled. Was it the church? Did they cover it up? Because if I remember correctly, the last chapter, I could have sworn that the hotel was full of bodies. I mean, he killed a lot of people, but I don't think the animals that Nero summoned just ate the people whole. So what happened to the bodies? Did the church clean it up? That might be that might be where it's like this whole thing is going. Probably the church covered it up. Because from what I saw, the last one that was there was that girl that goes to school with Shiki. So probably the church covered it up. And currently there is no leads to their whereabouts. The police are putting all their efforts into finding the missing people. The missing people are clearly dead. From the floors and the walls, of the crime scene, massive amounts of blood, as well as animal fur has been found. The police are investigating the evidence in relation to the incident. Animal fur, what the hell? Things are really getting dangerous around here lately. Yeah, like what does she have to say about it? What does that mean? Did she just like crunch her teeth or something? Or she's annoyed that whoever was supposed to clean up left the fur of the animals around? Maybe that's it. We will now announce the names of the people missing. If you are a family member, please contact the nearest police station after confirming their whereabouts. Joshio, Omura, Tejaba, over 100 people. All of the people that were at the hotel disappeared. And they're going over the names. No. He fed them all. Those innocent people who had nothing to do with vampires. They were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Yet only I survived. He did it. That man. Is this setting up Shiki versus Nero? Because that'll be pretty cool. They're still mentioning names. My family's gonna stay over at the Century Hotel tonight. And the dinner. Oh, damn. Oh, that's right. Oh, I completely forgot about her. That girl that liked Shiki, the one that Shiki saved before, her family was at the hotel. Shit, bro. Damn. They were just living their lives. That's all. Shiki, what's wrong? Shiki? Hey, Shiki, wait. Where are you going? Hey. Why is Shiki spinning? Whoa, what just happened? Did she faint? Is she still injured? Yo, so like that, yo, Shiki's pissed, bro. Like that girl, I completely forgot about her. Like her family was at the hotel. This is the girl that Shiki saved when she was little, the one that likes him. We saw, I think it was in chapter like 2 or 3. Like this girl's family was there. Shit, bro. That's crazy. But like my question is like, did the animals eat the people whole, or did the church cover it up? All right, so let's go ahead and jump to chapter 9, because this is gonna be a. Hopefully it keeps going, because I think this chapter is setting up Shiki versus Nero, which is pretty dope. Chapter 9. So, are you gonna be all right? Yes. I should at least recover enough to be able to move around normally by tomorrow. Come to think of it, I might have worked myself a bit too much yesterday trying to get away from Nero. Yo, like this is this trend that's going on. Like Arc is like, she's powerful, but like every time she gets into battle, it's like I don't know if the manga is like or not the manga, but like the story is just like trying to nerf her, or what's going on, because like she's always hurt. Like she's always hurt. And like she's never at 100%. Or maybe they're trying to build up to her being at 100% so that when we actually see her at 100%, we're like, damn, maybe that's what's going on. But they've been like nerfing her this whole time. Oh, but because of that, I'm still alive. If you hadn't pulled me away at that moment, I would have been a goner too. Oh yeah, that's right. When she got there, Shiki was about to get eaten. I know this is this is a way this is way overdue, but thank you. That's right. I was about to be killed when she saved me. So what the hell was I gonna do against him going out there by myself? Don't worry about it, Shiki. Anyway, it's my fault that you even had to meet Nero. You cooked this food for me, but now it's cold. I feel bad. What's wrong, Shiki? Hey, if you're that weak, why did you even cook a meal for me? To tell you the truth, I really don't know my I really don't know why myself. I just felt like making it. Shiki, do you have any idea why I did it? How would I know? Forget it. I'll keep watch, so just go to sleep now. What are you telling me? What are you telling me what to do? Well, don't you recover faster if you rest? No, actually, in my case, my powers only recover by the passing of time. Huh. So she doesn't need to rest. She just she has like a cooldown. Oh my god, bro. But you look exhausted right now. Well, you're awake and it feels rude to go to sleep. Shiki, let's talk about something. Mm, awkward silence. 2 in the morning. Well, maybe in the afternoon. I'm not sure. Hey, can I ask you something? Even if I say you're gonna ask me anyways, aren't you? Yes, I am. Shiki, why do you keep confronting the lines of death? I confront the lines of death? For a human or even for a vampire, no matter how strong that person's heart is or how calm the individual tries to act, if a person keeps staring at death right in the face, sooner or later he'll break down. How is it you're still okay? I don't think he is. Like I think this guy, like he has like multiple personalities type thing, and like he just learned, I guess, because he had it since he was a kid. So I just guess like his mind chose to suppress everything that happens when he sees the lines by just like switching personalities, because like this guy keeps having dreams and whatnot, and the dreams that he keeps having, bro, like I feel like he's done some gruesome stuff, or at least maybe not done, but at least seen some gruesome stuff, and it only looks like he's able to see those things that have happened to him in his dreams. So like he's not really all that calm. Once there was someone who helped me. She was a friend and a teacher. She sat next to me as if there was nothing unusual about it. It's not confidence. Good to find her. We get to see some more of this girl. It's no coincidence that we met each other out here. Can you keep me company for a while? She she talked to me as if I were her friend. The name Ako Aozaki, A- Aoko, Aoko Aozaki, Aoko. Better remember that name. Yeah, man. What weren't you here for the last chapter that I did from Tsukihime? I'm pretty sure I've been reading Tsukihime for a while, man. She taught me everything and I enjoy being with her more than anything else. That's why uh they're still available on the channel if you want to go check them out. Like I don't just delete them. I keep them around just for the people that didn't get to catch the whole thing. Just go like if you're interested, just go like to my playlist, just click Tsukihime and all the chapters are there. That's why I desperately wanted to impress her. See, isn't it amazing? Wow, so they like she actually taught him. I thought like she just explained what the lines were and like she actually taught him. That's pretty cool. I can cut anything as easily as I can slice butter as long as I can see the scribbles. No one else can do something like this, can they? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, please answer these questions because I've been wondering about that. Anybody I've been having these questions ever since they mentioned like the eyes, the sight, right? I've been wondering like can anybody else accidentally hit one of the lines of death even if they don't have the sight? Like let's say like I don't know, like two kids are fighting each other in school or something, right? Can they do something like this just by accidentally hitting somebody's lines or whatever? Or the question is more like, are the lines still there when people can't see them? Or do you need the sight in order to cut the lines? No, just Shiki, because he has the sight, he can perceive their existence and interact with them. Also, people who don't have the sight can't interact with them at all. So I'm well. Then that would mean that the so I guess it's more like two powers that he has. It's one that he can see the lines, and then the other is that he's actually able to interact with them. Okay. And she slapped him because okay, so she slapped him because he was taking it as he has some sort of superpowers when he actually has the power to kill anything and everything that lives in the world. You just did something reckless and terrible. That tree was a living being. That was the first time I realized that using my powers might be wrong. I'm, I'm so sorry. You don't have to apologize. You did you did do something wrong, something that deserves punishment, but it doesn't mean it's your fault. However, Shiki, if someone doesn't revoke you about this now, then something even more evil could happen and it will be too late. Now, see, this is the whole thing because Shiki has been having these dreams, right? And seeing like how much he respects uh Aoko. Aoko, yes. Seeing how much he respects Aoko and her teachings, because we saw this flashback, right? Like in chapter either 1 or 2 or something. I don't know if it was a dream or a flashback of like something that actually happened. But if it was something that actually happened, he had this flashback where he was surrounded by dead bodies. And I was wondering, like, I'm still wondering, is like if he actually killed those people or not. And we keep getting glimpses every time he falls asleep. We keep getting glimpses of like the little dreams that he has and all these little things that happened when he was little. And I'm wondering, like, are those all those little flashback, are they gonna add up to like one big traumatic experience that he had to go through? Because that would be pretty interesting. And I keep having this theory about his multiple personalities, and I'm thinking that that traumatic experience that he's always dreaming about, but we never get the full picture. It's like what created like his other personality, like that thing that took over when he met Ark and cut her up, and he didn't even remember that he did it. Have you seen Heaven's Field 3? Yes, I have. And the movie is was freaking fire. Well, and by the way, like those dead bodies that I keep mentioning, they don't have to be people; they can be vampires. But I'm saying like he had like this flashback where he was surrounded by dead bodies, and I'm like, are those? They could be anything. They could be vampires. It doesn't matter. Like he lost his shit when he first saw Ark the first time. So if anything, I could assume that those are vampires. But like he did have that dream. Uh, he didn't kill those people, but that scene is mystery. That thing Shiki, super traumatized, went through a lot more than kind of blends together for him. Yeah, you mean when he was a kid, right? Yeah. Like when he was a kid, he went through something, right? Like we keep seeing that flashback of him. Like there's this scene, something that happened in the forest, and we keep getting like small pieces and glimpses, and like he can't remember all that well, but every time he falls asleep, there's this thing that's going on, and I'm wondering like what those pieces are actually gonna lead to. Hopefully, they don't lead to this girl Aoko being dead. Hopefully, they don't lead to that. But I know they're leading up to something. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm sorry you can't hate me for what you're doing. Okay. No, I don't hate you. Really. I That's a relief. Okay. She mended my broken heart. I'll help you return to the way of life you had before. This is amazing. I don't see the scribbles at all. It's like magic. Of course, because I'm a magician. Listen to me, Shiki. You shouldn't cut those lines on a whim. The side, if you abuse it, you could start valuing life less and less. So it's your responsibility. You might say that you have the eyes of the death perception, and it's a power that will be necessary in your future. But you should only take off those glasses when you judge that the things are beyond your control. Always be careful. Make your judgments based on each situation, and even then, use your powers sparingly. Like, she knows a lot about the site. God damn. Shiki, I won't tell I won't tell you to be a saint. Just work on growing up to be the best adult you can. If you're able to accept your mistakes and make amends just like you did today, in 10 years, I'm sure you will grow up to be a wonderful person. Wait, so did she tell me this? Did they see each other for a prolonged period of time? Like, did Shiki meet her like for classes or talk to her, or did they just have that one encounter where she met him at the in that field, and then she was just like, she met him that one time and then she was just gone? Okay, so she taught him for a week. Okay, cool. All right. If you're able to accept your mistakes and make amends just like today, in 10 years or so, you will grow up to be a wonderful person. Shiki, what is it? You got quiet all of a sudden. I made a promise to my teacher, and I haven't kept it at all. How could I have forgotten such an important thing until now? Shiki, I have to apologize to you about something. I'm s- I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Arcuate. Shiki Tanho murdered you. I should have apologized to you about the first and foremost. That wasn't a dream or a hallucination. I killed her. Shiki, thank you. This is the first time you've called me by my name. I thought you had forgotten it. No, Shiki, you're really an unusual person. You're a first class killer, yet you apologize to a person you killed. But I'll be okay, Shiki. If we fight together, we'll win for sure. You and I fight? Like, this man, he has like he apparently he doesn't understand. Like, he's reluctant to to actually kill anything at all because of, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna come to the conclusion pretty soon that he's gonna have to fight. But, like, as of right now, he's afraid of his power, you know? And the thing is, like, he doesn't control it at all because since he hasn't used it in so freaking long, ever since he was a kid, he just hasn't used the power. Like, he doesn't know how to control it at all because then, for one thing, he can't use it from what I can tell, he can't even use it for more than a minute because he gets a headache. Number two, his alter ego just takes over and freaking uses the power for him anyways. And number three, he doesn't even have the desire to fight, not even to protect himself or other things that he should protect. So for now, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna grow because of the trailer of the remake that's coming up, or it just came out, the remake that it just came out, in the trailer, he seems like pretty comfortable using his eyes. So I'm pretty sure pretty soon, hopefully, maybe even as soon as the next time they meet Nero, like he's gonna come to a whole new conclusion and realize that he has to fight in order to stay alive. Shiki apologizing to one he killed, and the one he killed fully forgiving him. What a plot. Yo, for real. I mean, I can see why, because like this girl has been alive for like 800 years according to her. So dying probably doesn't mean much to her at this point. She's probably seen people die left and right. And he kind of killed her, but she kind of came back to life, and then they became friends, so it's no big deal. Uh, it must suck getting stream migrants just tugging. Yeah, for real, bro. Like he has to sleep with these things, bro. Like as soon as he wakes up, and I think like since he takes off the glasses, maybe I don't know. This is just a theory, but maybe since he takes off the glasses when he goes to sleep, that's why he has the nightmares. Maybe I don't know, or maybe it's like his subconscious trying to tell him to use the powers. Maybe, but like his teacher Aoko, like she taught him for a week, but she didn't actually, like at least she should have left him. Like I mean, he was a kid too, so it's kind of weird. But I feel like she should at least should have left him with like a training regimen. Like here, do this every day, so you like so he will learn to actually control his abilities. Uh, but I'll be okay, Shiki. If we fight together, I'm sure we'll win. Fight. I'm talking about Nero. He will definitely come after us tonight. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Why? Cause he found us yesterday, you know. I'm sure his familiars is keeping an eye on us even now. He'll come attack us when it gets dark for sure. My body isn't fully recovered yet, but I have a secret weapon. A secret a secret weapon that could even kill me. Yeah, Shiki, but Shiki doesn't know how to fight. Shiki, will you help me out? It's better it's better that I run away from this. That thing's a monster. There's no way I can go up against it. Oh my god, I wish he could just like flip that switch where it's like how did he do that when he met he was about to do that too when they met at the hotel and she kind of saved him. Like his glasses came up and then that look in his eyes shifted and I'm pretty sure he was about to go into like I don't even know what to call it, but like assassin mode and freaking go ham on this guy Nero. I'm not sure how strong this guy Nero is. I just know that he can summon a whole bunch of animals, but like I'm not sure how strong he actually is physically. So she said he was a dead apostle, so he's not a true ancestor. That means he's probably weaker than Arcuate. It's just that she's kind of like nerfed at the moment. But hey, but you're odd to know. You're odd, you know. I'm asking the person who killed you to help you. Yep. This is the plot of this chapter. This power I was taught, but I made my choice already to become an adult who can do the right thing. Arcuate, tell me, what can I do? Because it's my responsibility as the person who killed you and as a survivor of the hotel incident. I guess it makes me rarely happy when you say my name. I wonder why. 'Cause you like him. Shiki, do you know why? How should I know? Yeah, so so hopefully next chapter is gonna be good because they said that he's gonna be coming after. My guess is that Nero is not all that strong at all because I feel like he's just the first hurdle that Shiki has to get through. But then we also saw last chapter that Ark said that she was in town to get rid of the other true ancestors, which means that they're the real enemy, which means the dead apostles should not be all that powerful in comparison to the guys that they're going to be fighting in the future. Now, this guy Nero is the first enemy that we see, but at the same time, Shiki doesn't have a grip on what's going on yet. So I feel like this guy Nero, he probably isn't all that strong. He's just gonna be the first hurdle for Shiki to overcome, maybe. I mean, he definitely looks badass. I personally wish that Nero is super strong. Like, I would like to see him as a main villain for like at least. I would like to see a really dope fight before he actually dies. I hope he's actually very strong, but then being the first enemy that they encounter, my hopes aren't that high when it comes to that. RQA only have 5% of her powers because Shiki killed her. Oh, only 5%? Wow. Wow, then she's fucking strong because last chapter, what was it? 7? No. Chapter 6, bro, she cut through that hotel like it was freaking butter, man. If she did that with only 5% of her powers, then that's pretty impressive. Reminds me of Shiro from Fire, waiting to save people. Shiki's finding resolved. Yep. Pretty much. The hotel incident. I mean, I guess in retrospect, we should actually be thanking that girl's parents were in the hotel because that gave Shiki the motivation that he needed to fight. In fact, if I'm pretty sure that at that moment, if Ark hadn't passed out, then I'm pretty sure Shiki was probably gonna go after Nero. At least that's the type of face that he had at that moment. She didn't say she wanted to get rid of the true ancestor. She said she was in town to get rid of another vampire. Uh, did she? I thought that she said, because didn't they right after cut to the part where she told them like if the true ancestors were gone, that would benefit humans or something? Didn't she say that? Let me go back to that real quick. I think it's right here. No, I think it's a little more. Let me see. Or was it last chapter? I think it was last chapter that she mentioned that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Shiki, boom. Are you badge? Didn't use the duct tape. Food, normal food. Yeah, she's a vampire. And then she goes into the whole spiel of for the past 800 years. And then she goes into two types of vampires: the true ancestors and the apostles. The true ancestors are vampire origins. The nature of the ancestor blood is to survive. There are some that enjoy enjoyment. So the true ancestors' fault being which is why I've come to get rid of them. See, like she's talking about right here, like she's talking about the true ancestor, and then she's like, which is why I've come here to get rid of them. So I'm thinking like she's trying to like kill the true ancestor. I'm not sure. Now that you mentioned saving people in the fire, Shiki in the hotel kind of reminded me of Tomoe. So, you planning to play the visual novel? Yes, I am because I'm pretty sure that after I'm done with the manga, I'm gonna be intrigued about the other routes, and then I think the other way to get any of the other routes is to play the visual novel. So, uh, I I'm pretty like the whole reason why I started the manga is because I wasn't sure whether to get the visual novel or not. But right now I'm pretty intrigued, so I'm probably gonna get it eventually. And good thing that they made the remake because it looks way better than the previous version. So I will probably most definitely be getting it. I don't know if I'll get it before or after I'm finished with the manga. She's talking about dead apostles. For, there's just for clarification. Oh, so she just wants to get rid of the dead apostles. Are there more dead apostles than just Nero in town? But then again, didn't Nero come after her because the true ancestors sent Nero after her? Because I'm pretty sure he said like in chapter 6 or something that he was sent after her for some reason. Or maybe it's because she doesn't like the killing because she doesn't drink blood. So I'm assuming is that she doesn't like the killing. So she doesn't like vampires in turn. And then she decided to kill the dead apostles. But then the true ancestors aren't with that kind of thinking. And then they probably kind of exiled her and have been hunting her ever since, maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna explain it. It's just like it's fun trying to figure out what comes next. Like I don't know, like you just get like this sort of satisfaction to like when you come up with a theory and then the theory turns out to be right. It's pretty cool. Uh, by the way, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm reading two other mangas right now that I'm actually reacting to on the channel. One is Fate Strange Fake, and the other one is Fate Type Redline that I started. When was it? The day before yesterday. I did chapter one, and I loved it, man. Like that manga was super dope. Like the artwork looks amazing. It kind of grabbed me in the first chapter. So if you're interested in that, guys, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you guys know exactly when I go live. Or the other thing you can do is like follow me on Instagram because I normally uh share the stream on Instagram. So I wish us to. I mean, I'm thinking that Face Strange Fake is gonna get an anime eventually, and I think Redline, at least the manga, is still going. So it might get an anime too, maybe. I mean, the animes from what fans tell me, like the animes haven't really done a great job when it comes to animating like the Fate stuff or even Tsukihime. Like before I got started, I was like, should I watch the anime? And people were like, no, the anime is horrible. Read the manga. So I guess and then I remember also, which I also have to reread that because, well, not reread it. I watched the anime for the Fate route, like the original route. I watched the anime and I I wouldn't say I hated it, but I didn't like it. And then and I watched it like a long time ago, and I just didn't like it. And I've been thinking of rewatch because I don't even remember exactly what happens in the Fate route. So I've been thinking of reading the manga for that too. Well, it's true, but I think it makes it way more popular. Yeah, definitely. I mean, at least if they do the animation that they had for like Fate Zero and Unlimited Blade Works, because you can say whatever you want about Unlimited Blade Works, because I'm pretty sure that the anime for Fate Zero is really popular in the community, regardless of whatever. But like whatever you say about Fate Zero and Unlimited Blade Works, you cannot argue that the animation is freaking gorgeous. I mean, watching Fate Zero is what got me into the series in the first place because I saw the Fate round, the one that came out in I believe was 2006. I watched that, and that I didn't like at all. And then a couple of years went by, and then I was like, okay, so like I was looking for stuff to watch, right? This is how I got into Fate in the first way. I was looking for animes to watch, and every time I put a video like top 10, like something like top 10 animes to watch or something along those lines, like Fate was always there. It was always there. And I was like, yeah, but I watched the first season. It was horrible. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. I finished it, but I really didn't enjoy it. And then I watched Fate Zero, and I was like it blew my mind. I was like, damn, this is good. And that's how I got into Fate. But the 2006 adaptation and the Unlimited Blade Works movie that came out back then, it was garbage. How about watching some playthrough of Fate of the Pharaoh and the visual novel? Yeah, I could do that too. I could watch some playthroughs of the visual novel. That would also work. That would work. The Fate Stay Night manga original is bad. Oh really? I thought it was. I thought it was pretty. I mean, from what I've heard, I thought it was. I mean, I guess people what people have been telling me, I guess, is like it's better than the anime. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could watch visual novel playthroughs. That would be. I'll see if I can find some. I mean, it'll give me a break from all the reading, so that will make sense. Uh, yo, changing gears a little bit. I've been doing this poll on Instagram, and I've been freaking like putting all the Fate games in a poll to see, because I'm trying to figure out which Type Moon game does the community consider the best. And I started with the Melty Bloods, and then for like the past three polls, or like the past two polls, Fate Unlimited Codes has been whipping every single game. I'm actually curious now. I think I'm gonna start playing that because everybody seems to love that game. Hell, there was one guy that said that Fate Unlimited Codes should be a freaking anime. Let me see if I can. Let me see how the poll is doing. Oh, look, actually, I don't know if you can see that. Uh, but actually, Rialta, what was it? Rialta Nua is winning right now by just a little bit, like by the skin of its teeth, honestly. Yeah, like if you guys will be interested in me in like just watching me react to the visual novel, I can see if I can find some playthroughs of it. Or or if anything, I could just probably download the visual novel. That would be fine too. Are there? Because I've never played or watched or interacted with a visual novel, but how do they work? Is it like a game style, or is it just like a story and you just click next, next, next? Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, because the visual novels, like, I guess they're considered games since they come out for game consoles. But so, for example, like, could I do could I do like Rialta Nua? Could I do that? Like, cause I have a PS2 emulator in my computer. I could probably is that a good choice? It's a story, but it's interactive, so there are choices to make. Ah, I see. But then, so cause I know like when you get into a visual novel, you have to pick a route, right? So if you pick a route and the if you pick like for example, if I pick the fate route, like in Fate, do the ending changes based on the choices I make, or is it like all the routes are separated and then I guess I would just have to play one to see because it sounds because from what I've seen, I've seen like a little bit of a playthrough, and it's like from what I've seen, like the guy had to choose a route, but then if you're saying you have to make choices, then I can just give you my visual novel copy, super easy right now. Um, what do you mean you can just give me the copy? Like to play on what? The thing is, in the original Fate Stay Night release, you need to make choices in game to determine the route. Oh, I see, I see. Rialto Nua must be played. Fate Unlimited Blaze must be played. Fate Unlimited Blaze with Seven Sphere. Yo, another thing that I need to do for Fate is like if I'm gonna do the visual novel, I definitely need to redo the Heaven's Feel part because the movies, from what I've heard, they don't do justice when it comes to the details. Like for example, when I went to the theaters to watch Heaven's Feel 3, like I didn't understand the ending. Like somebody had to explain it to me because the movie was so fast paced. Oh, I see, I see, I see. So in the PS2 versions, do I have to make choices or not? It's just a story. You can open that and the link to download the game. You can play it on the computer. Oh, that's pretty cool. Of there. Of, it's separate, so you can choose where you want to. Oh, that's pretty cool. Where you? Let me see. Also, in the PS2 version, I think you can choose between plus 18 and number. Yeah, like, oh, that's right, because probably back then they had, yeah. I can see why. Probably back then they had the whatchamacallit, like the restrictions for, because I remember back in the day it was really hard to get a game that was like 18 and up, like, because I remember back in the day the only ways to get games were like GameStop and stuff, and stores like that, and they just wouldn't sell them to me. Like, I remember I used to play this game. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, Prince of Persia. And I played the first game, which was available for everyone. And then when I got to the second game, like, I couldn't play it until I was like 18 years old. I spent 3 years trying to get that game. My parents wouldn't get it for me. And then I had no friends that would just buy it for me. So I was like, shit, man. Like 3 years to play that game. I was in each round. But each route, there are still choices in the story you can make that determines Shiro's fate. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll definitely start doing that. That'll give me a break from all the reading. In PS2 version, there was no adult only material, but original adult content back into. Oh, I see. I see. I mean, the Heavens Feel route. The Heavens Feel route. It's very, 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 like, I don't know. For me, I feel like it will be super hard to get through the whole Heavens Feel route without having some adult content in there, because that story, that route, bro, that route is really intense. Especially with the whole Sakura situation, bro. Holy crap. Yeah, man, like, yo, the Heavensfield route is freaking dark, bro. In all three, bro, I waited. Like, the Heavensfield part was the last raw that I saw personally. Like, that was the last raw because I was watching the movies and I was waiting for the movie to come out. And then that was the last route that then I finally finished it. And then when I got to the third movie, I was like, I came home before I went to the movie theater. I was at home, right? And I watched the first movie, the second movie. Then I drove to the movie theater, watched the third movie. And after I was done with the third movie, I was like, yo, this route is freaking dark. God damn. Cause like the Fate route, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't remember much, but I think the Fate route, if I'm not mistaken, had like some sort of like fairy tale ending between Artoria and Shiro. And then the Unlimited Blade Works version, it wasn't it wasn't really all that dark. I mean, Rin is pretty cheerful, and then she ended up with Shiro going to school. Like, it was alright. But then when we got to the Heavens Field part, damn, like, Fate took a whole 90-degree turn. I was like, God damn, bro. It went a whole 180. It's like, damn, this is dark. I'm so sad about Heavens Field 3 because a lot of the visual novel details are lost because it's only 2 hours. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I went to watch the third movie, I didn't understand the ending. I had to have somebody else explain the ending to me because I couldn't understand it. Like, I was like, dude, I was like, wait, because the ending was so confusing, right? I was like, wait, did Shiro die? Because it looked like he died, right? And then all of a sudden it's like he's alive, but then they won't show his face, but then but then there was that Heaven's Field thing that they didn't exactly explain what it was, like the whole Heaven's Field ritual. And it was like, wait, so is Shiro dead? Is he alive? Is that a like a puppet? Like, what is this? Like, what's going on? And I had to have someone explain it to me detail by detail. Only two. Damn, the route is like 14 hours. Goddamn. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of content to get through. That's for sure. They could have. It's just like, I don't know. Like the way they chose to do it wasn't good, because I feel if there was, I think they did it in the opposite way. I feel like Unlimited Blade Works could have been better split, maybe into three movies, because Unlimited Blade Works, all in all, is not that deep, right? It's not that dark. Like there's not, you don't really have to pay attention to that much detail, because like it's a lot of fighting. In fact, I think, I'm not sure if it's filler, but I think they had to introduce a lot of filler that they could have cut it out. Like there was a day between him and Reen, and then Saber, and then they spent like they could have easily done that like in a few minutes in a movie. Like they actually had to introduce, like, I wouldn't say filler scene, because I'm pretty sure those things happen in the visual novel. There was a lot of things in Unlimited Blade Works that they could have cut out if they wanted to. So I think Unlimited Blade Works was better fit for three movies. And then Heaven's Field should have been an anime, because Heaven's Field, it needs a lot more detail. Like to explain like how Sakura came to be in the position that she was, how she came to be exactly who she was, the abuse that she suffered in the house. Thankfully, like we had Fate Zero to fill in the gaps, that it was like, okay, so she was taken as a child, and then she was put into this worm pits, where it's like we already knew that from Fate Zero, and we actually got to see it. But like at the same time, like I feel Ufotable should have done an anime, like a full like 20 episode season for Heaven's Field, because Heaven's Field actually needed that much detail. At the same time, like Unlimited Blade Works was just like, most of it, the hype moments were pretty much fighting all the time. Like I don't feel like Unlimited Blade Works needed that detail that Heaven's Field needed. Like I felt like if they would have made it into an anime, uh like the whole, I feel like the whole Heaven's Field ritual thing, explaining that thing would have taken a whole episode. I'll say the visual novel. I'll say in the visual novel, a lot of the details give each route completely different feels at the photo. Yeah, I remember when I was watching a Unlimited Blade Works. Hell, I'll probably end up going through all three routes, because now that I think about it more carefully, like even in Unlimited Blade Works that has a whole anime to it, like they really don't present Shiro as they should. Like when I saw the anime, I kind of hated the Shiro character. I'm like, dude, this dude is like really bad, and then I have people telling me like, no man, like in the visual novel you can see when he's saying that, he's actually thinking this and this and this. I'm like, just based on the anime, I really didn't like the Shiro character. Thank God I have like all you guys, all my subscribers that are like, no, see, this is what happens. And then the visual novel, when he says that, he's actually thinking this, and this is what's going on. And then because If I'm being honest, and I haven't read the any of the visual novels, but if I'm being honest, based on everything you guys have told me and everything you guys have explained to me with more detail, if I'm being honest, Ufotable hasn't really done a good adaptation. It's just that Unlimited Blade Works is just it has good animation, but that's pretty much it. But at the same time, you can't blame them because it's just that the visual novels are way too freaking long, man. Like if they actually wanted to go into detail, they'll probably have to make, like, for example, Unlimited Blade Works would probably have to be somewhere around maybe like 40 episodes. Heaven's Feel will probably be an anime that will probably take to be done right, maybe about like 50, 60 episodes maybe. And then the Fate route, I'm not sure. It's just it's too much. It's too much content to cram into it. But it's just I guess they figure it's more like, if we can't cover all this detail, at least the animation better be fire. I guess that's their logic. It's why I say not so stars armor. Yeah, and they're just long. They're super long, man. Now at the same time, thankfully he has like a very like dedicated fan base that just like knows every single detail of every single thing, and then they can just let people know, because none of the anime adaptation, if I'm being honest, have been done right. I mean, if that's the case, like if, but then the visual now, because I don't know, you guys tell me. It's what is the origins of Fate Zero? Is Fate Zero meant to be what? What was it first? Was it an anime or was it a visual novel? What was Fate Zero first? Yeah, but then it ended up happening the reverse way, which was like people watched the anime and then went to watch the visual novels. Fate Zero was a light novel. Okay, so Fate Zero, the anime, I think is perfect. I haven't even read the light novel, but Fate Zero, I think is freaking perfect. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like a light novel is first of all is a lot shorter, and you can adapt it pretty easily. But for example, the example you gave me is like the Heaven's Feel route is like 14 hours. Like, how are you supposed to adapt those 14 hours of detail? Like, soup. And the movies, the Heaven's Feel movies, they weren't short. They weren't short by any means. Like, I think the last one wasn't the last one like 3 hours, but it just wasn't enough time because the visual novels are just way too long. And then if we have, and I have to say, let me calculate real quick. It's like I think, let's see, I think the Unlimited Blade Works movie had like 20, I'm gonna say 25 episodes, and then it's like times 20 minutes each. That's 500 minutes, and then divided by 60. That's all. Like, for example, like the Unlimited Blade Works show, that's only 8 hours worth of content. That's why I'm telling you, like it at least needed twice as many episodes to be able to get every single detail. I mean, if anything, Ufotable did a good job in the sense that it got a lot of people into the Nasuverse. I'm one of them. Like, if it wasn't for Fate Zero, I wouldn't have made this channel. I probably wouldn't have done any of this that I'm doing right now. Yo, for real. Bro, I tried watching it. I tried watching it, and I was super lost. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. I was like, bro, I saw Archer and I was like, oh, this dude is cool. Oh, this dude is dead. Like, what the, yo, like that movie was not good at all. That movie was so freaking bad. For example, in the Fate route, the Fate route has one end, but our bad ends. Some choices in the bad end. There's some story review. So, in adapting the story to a linear one, how can you adapt from the back? Yeah, it's. I can imagine it's very hard. Like they definitely didn't pick the because for example, I think they're doing a pretty good job with Demon Slayer, but that's because that's a linear story. It's hard. If anything, I don't think there's any studio that maybe if Nasu was supervising every single detail of everything, maybe, or at least available for them to like ask him question or maybe him just being there and be like, you need to add this because this is important, you need to add that, you can cut that out, you need to add this though. Like maybe he's supervising everything maybe that way, but adapting a visual novel has to be pretty rough. I don't think there's any studio that could have probably done a better job. If anything, you gotta thank Ufotable because at least the animation is fire, and then the the series had a got a whole bunch of new fans. That's pretty dope. In fact, because of the anime, I'm pretty sure that it was because of the anime that it had so many fans. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why we're getting remakes of like Tsukihime and all these other stories. Like for right now, if it wasn't for Fate Zero, the anime, if it wasn't for Fate Zero, I wouldn't be reading Tsukihime right now. I think Nasu did for the Ufotable anime was right on the episode because that yeah, like another example that I can think of right now was a good anime. The One Piece anime, the arc that is going on right now, it's pretty dope because I'm pretty sure that the studio that's doing it is talking to the writer on the details that have to be put in the anime, and is literally made it so that the arc that is going on right now, it's one of the best art that I've seen in the anime. The One Piece manga is pretty good throughout, but the anime, the arc that's going on right now, it has to be like one of the best. It's so good, in fact, that the people, that the community is saying like that the anime right now is more canon than even the manga is. But that's what happens though when the writer of the story is actually inputting on every single detail that happens in the anime. And thinking about it, like writers should really start doing that, because animes are probably going to be the future of the whole, like, of the whole industry. Like they should really start making sure that their anime is as good as it can be. That's where they're gonna, because if you think about it, sure, they make money on manga sales, but if you think about it, like a good anime is what gets the casual viewers in, and it gets them in, and those are the same people that go and read the manga. Those are the same people that start buying the manga because they can't wait because the story is so good, and those are the same people that buy the video games when they come out. So they should make sure that the anime for their respective manga is on point. I mean, I get it. They to be fair, they do have a really hectic schedule because the weekly thing is so long. But at the same time, I don't think the weekly thing is been all that popular now. I think they're doing pretty much like seasons, and maybe hopefully like they can find some time to like to at least review the animation of the episodes before and tell the studio, hey, add that, you can take that off, you can do this, you can do that, because One Piece is the perfect example. The past 3 arcs in the anime were horrible. Like the Dressrosa arc in the anime, I feel like it dragged for like ever. Like the pace was so freaking bad. It was horrible. And then we come full circle like two arcs, 3 arcs later, and now we get to the Wano arc, and that's the arc that everybody have been waiting for. And then Oda starts giving the studio details of what they should put, what they should take out, what they should put, what they should take out. And the anime is so freaking good right now that the community is like, the anime is more canon than the manga right now. That's how good it is. And then that's crazy. So I feel like they should really focus on their anime being as good as it possibly can be. Yeah, it's like chapters is like, well, yeah, the anime is also getting to like about 1,000 chapters pretty soon. Bleach movie had an author policy, came out, said the movie team did it. Yeah, man, but then at the same time, doesn't the author, because the only way that could happen, right, is if the author of the manga just signs stuff without thinking of the consequences. Like, how can you just give the rights to your baby, pretty much? Because an anime, a manga from mangaka is pretty much their baby. Like, they have to draw a chapter every week. They have to make it good. They have to keep the people interested. Like, that's pretty much their baby. So if you just sign away your baby to a company that you don't know what's gonna do with it, then you get disasters like Dragon Ball Evolution. You get disasters like, what else? Like the 2006 Fate Stay Night anime adaptation. Then the Unlimited Blade Works. Like, you get stuff like that when you just sign away your property to whoever without putting in any conditions. So another example, and I keep bringing up One Piece, but apparently there's gonna be a One Piece uh, adaptation, like real life adaptation for the One Piece manga, and Oda is on top of that. Like from what I know, from what the producer has been saying, like Oda is on top of it. Like he has like weekly meetings with the guy, and like he's on top of it because that's pretty much his baby. Like you cannot just sign away and tell people do whatever you want with what I created. I feel like it just brings you some quick cash, but at the same time, in the long run, like it's not good for you. Damn, it's about to be 1 in the morning, guys. I'm about to head out. This was fun actually. Like this chapter, it wasn't that like we didn't have a lot of action, but we got a lot of good information. Like the whole true ancestors, the dead apostles. I've been wanting more details on vampires, to be honest. The fact that true ancestors don't have to drink blood, but true apostles do. There's one question that I have before I go. Can dead apostles turn humans into vampires, or is that only true ancestors? That's the one question that I have. Uh, so normally, normally I do sometime in the week because my schedule is very hectic. So I do a manga every other day. So today's Tsukihime. Thursday is gonna be not Thursday. I mean Saturday is gonna be uh Fake Strange Fake, and then Monday is gonna be Red Line, and then Wednesday is gonna be Tsukihime again. So that's pretty much what I do. I do like every other day if I can, but I always keep it in order. There's always first is uh Face Strange Fake, then Red Line, then Tsukihime. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys were great. Thank you for filling in all the gaps. The conversation was actually pretty dope. Thank you so much, guys. Have an awesome night. Got you guys in the next one.